Stop! The Garmin Fenix 7 promises hardcore durability, elite training metrics, and battery life that borders on science fiction. Either we have reached multi-sport nirvana, or we are about to discover some expensive confusion. On paper, it is a rugged 47 multi-sport GPS watch with an always-on 1.3-inch transflective display, up to 18 days of smartwatch life, up to 57 hours of GPS, 10 ATM water rating, maps, music storage, Garmin Pay, and 30-plus sport apps. Sounds criminally generous for around $309.99, right? But here is the thing, specs never tell the whole story. I ran, hiked, lifted, and slept with this thing for weeks to see where it shines and where it stumbles. I have put the direct link to check current pricing in the description, but before you click anything, let me show you what I discovered after 3 weeks of testing. Here is what the Fenix 7 claims to do. It is supposed to be your do-everything training partner, your off-grid navigator, and your 24/7 health monitor. The big promises are next-level training features like stamina tracking and training status, 24/7 wellness with wrist heart rate, pulse ox, stress, and advanced sleep, rock-solid GPS with multi-GNSS and on-device maps, and long battery life that frees you from the charger. Sounds impressive, right? But here is where things get interesting. Reality check. They claim all-week battery. What you actually get depends heavily on your use. With default watch face and moderate notifications, I averaged 10 to 12 days, not 18. Turn on all-day pulse aux, add a few GPS runs, and stream offline music over Bluetooth, and you are looking at 5 to 7 days. Here is where it gets mathematically impossible. 57 hours of GPS assumes no music, no multiband, low backlight, and minimal widget glances. Add music and higher accuracy, and you can cut that in half. They claim elite GPS accuracy. What you actually get varies by model. The base Fenix 7 supports multi-GNSS, but true multiband dual frequency is reserved for the Sapphire Solar variants. Translation: out in the open it is great. Downtown between glass buildings I saw zigzags and occasional 100 to 200 meter total distance inflation on 10K routes. My trail run under dense canopy was solid, but city runs showed the difference between single-band and multi-band. They claim training guidance that makes you faster. What you actually get is decent if you understand the system's assumptions. Training status and readiness use HRV, heart rate, and load. If your wrist HR is off during intervals or heavy strength sets, the guidance can be noisy. Wrist optical HR on the Fenix 7 is good at steady state, but during sprints and high-cadence cycling, it lagged and spiked compared to a chest strap. That means real-time stamina can nosedive and then magically recover, which feels more like gamified estimation than a coach. They claim full-blown on-device maps and navigation. You do get topo-active maps, ski maps, and golf, but here is the plot twist. Downloading large map regions can be slow, eats into storage, and on the non-Sapphire model you are balancing music storage against map coverage. Routing is great, but building courses on the watch is clunky. You will want to pre-plan on Garmin Connect or a third-party tool. They claim rugged build. Reality: the fiber-reinforced case and metal bezel are tough, 10 ATM is legit, and the buttons are best in class. However, the standard glass can pick up micro scratches if you scrape rock. The Sapphire models resist that better but cost more. Also, the new touchscreen is responsive, but by default Garmin disables it during activities because accidental swipes happen with sweat. Smooth on the couch, less useful mid-race. Battery life: with 3 1-hour GPS runs per week, all-day HR, pulse aux off, and moderate notifications, I ended at 10 to 11 days consistently. GPS all systems in open sky logged about 5 to 6% per hour. Add offline music and it jumped to roughly 10% per hour. That is not bad, but it is not the fantasy graph either. GPS and accuracy. Against a multi-band watch, the base Fenix 7 tracked trails nearly as well, but downtown urban canyons showed more corner cutting. For triathletes, open water GPS was acceptable, with a few smooth turns that understated distance by 2 to 3%. Build quality: at 79G with band, it feels premium and durable. Buttons are crisp, and the case meets MIL STD 810 for thermal and shock. The standard glass looks fine, but if you are a climber or obstacle racer, the Sapphire upgrade is the smarter play. Health and training. Sleep stages were mostly reasonable, but occasionally mislabeled late-night reading as light sleep. HRV status worked fine overnight, but interval HR sometimes lagged 3 to 5 seconds behind a chest strap, enough to skew VO2 max estimates in short sessions. Real-time stamina is helpful as a pacing gut check on long runs, less reliable in HIIT. Smart features. Notifications are rock solid, Garmin Pay works where supported, and music syncing is still slower than I would like. The MIP display is excellent in sunlight but underwhelming indoors compared to AMOLED watches like Epix or Forerunner 965. Here is what nobody tells you. If you care about clean indoor readability and rich maps, the AMOLED models are easier on the eyes. Review analysis. Most 5-star reviews rave about battery, durability, and training breadth. The 1-star and 2-star crowd flag touchscreen quirks map download frustrations and HR accuracy during intervals. That tracks with my testing. Verdict: buy with caution if you pick the right variant for your needs. At around $309.99 with a 4.6 rating on Amazon, the Fenix 7 is a powerhouse for outdoor athletes who prioritize durability, sunlight readability, and button-first control. Pros: excellent build, serious battery for real-world use, deep training suite, robust navigation once set up. Cons: base model lacks multi-band accuracy, optical HR stumbles in intervals, maps, and music juggle storage, MIP display feels dated indoors, and Sapphire is the version you probably want if you are rough on gear. If you want lighter and brighter, check Forerunner 965 or Epix. If you want ultimate rugged, consider Fenix 7 Sapphire or 7 Pro. Stay savvy out there. Thanks for watching. If this review saved you from wasting money or helped you find something actually worth buying, I have put the link to check current pricing and read more reviews in the description. And hey, if you do decide to buy through my link, it helps fund these investigations without costing you extra. What should I dig into next? Fenix 7 Pro vs Epix or Apple Watch Ultra versus Garmin for endurance? Drop your take in the comments and do not forget to subscribe for more no BS gear breakdowns. See you in the next one.